kind of a start too of a new series. It was called Coach versus Food. So I was like really trying to say, take advantage of the language in it just to see if that would help in the search. And I don't think it did, because this actually video only has 74 views as of today. So the cake challenge, it was something that was really interesting. It was a little bit different. Maybe that was part of its flaw. It really wasn't known. It was something that I kind of made up, kind of wanted to do. But more than anything, I wanted to start really playing with editing and production, because this is what I was trying to get good at, is to make a good video. As a matter of fact, I had a couple people tell me they really liked it. It had more of a storyline to it. A story is exactly what makes a video good. It's what keeps people drawn in. It's why people watch movies and shows. Win or loss, it really didn't matter what I did, because I was really ultimately out to make a good video. That was kind of the point of this, to test my editing. I got 2 different angles. I filmed the shot to get like a thumbnail and like, you know, kind of a beginner and an ending, and had some props this time. It was the first time I had attempted, you know, to do a better version of a thumbnail. It was a weakness of mine. I didn't have anybody teaching me how. You know, I didn't want to copy anybody else's mold. I wanted to make something that was my own. So it was a process I had to learn. You can see that I got better in time. Something that's really important in production, and something I was really starting to pay attention to, was music. Music went with it. I thought was really interesting and neat. Halloween kind of opened my mind up in terms of how to, you know, start to fit those, say, different songs in and when to bring them in. What actually turned out kind of cool, I thought, is, you know, there was a shadowing effect just from the trees where we were at. As far as the camera angles, I thought they were better in this one. I did, you know, made sure to get them the best I could with the equipment I had, and set, you know, the area I had. The environment always plays a huge role in where I could set up, because I have these tripods, and, you know, I try to make it to where they weren't in each other's way. I think this one could have done better with like a POV kind of cam, just to kind of see that cake from my point of view. I stopped thinking delicious after the first 5 bites. Yeah. I love chocolate, and this is too much for me. Specifically, I got a wireless mic set, and it's this Rode mic kit I'm using now. That way I could capture some better audio, because that's something that I was struggling with, was to get good audio. And in terms of my actual time commitment to do the challenge, go buy the cake, film it, pack up, we were under an hour. Like I said, I was in it to make a quick video. I had all my backpack and stuff ready to go. The biggest fatal flaw with this whole video is it was done in a season that, if you do any video in October and it's Halloween themed, it's come and gone. And that's kind of one of the struggles too. And I kind of knew that, but, you know, I was just kind of trying to put out a video because I had other important things. I was still working on some, let's say, the edits for upcoming videos and concepts and ideas of what I was going to do for the rest of October. Now I'm down to 1 challenge a week. I had my sister-in-law recommend this specific cake because I wanted to pick, it was like 5 different cakes at Costco. It's kind of one of the flaws of this video too, though, because I don't know that I've seen anybody else try this challenge. Now, some challengers, you know, especially the ones that go to restaurants, they kind of trying to make like this backstory behind it, what the restaurant's all about. And that's great, you know, for those who that's their style. There was no restaurant in this one. It was just a random Costco cake. There is no story. So I tried to make it. Once I finished the challenge, it's like, okay, what's the story? What do I want to write about? And it was the experience. And so I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Let's just make something up. And it was death by chocolate. So the editing is what took the longest in this one. I think probably around 8 to 10 hours. I can't remember exactly. The video itself maybe took an hour for the capture. And the thumbnail, unfortunately, is just kind of dark, but you could tell I was playing with different effects. Could have been a lot better. At the same time, I'm happy with it just because I thought that it kind of captured me progressing as a creator and in editing, because that is really difficult, is trying to, you know, go through so much footage. I think the overall film was like 25 minutes or something like that, and I compressed it to under 5. So this is the first video I was really focusing on production. I was ready to go as soon as, you know, I knew what I wanted to do, and I could talk about this one longer than the actual length of the video. It's actually one of my shorter videos. It was a pretty quick challenge, but it was kind of designed that way because I was starting to go into something else, which was my nutrition series, and it was something that I had to put all my energy and time into. So I wanted to make sure that when I had a challenge, they were fairly simple and they weren't overly complicated, although I wanted to make them better. 74 views, not very many. But to me, I look back on this, I'm like, you know, that's pretty interesting. Regardless if I finished the challenge, it was about putting, you know, a solid effort in. That was always my thing, is I knew I was going to do some suffering. It was going to be hard. But once I got it captured and I had to endure whatever it was I had to do, it's like, okay, time to grind. Go download all the footage and start compiling it and start looking through it and seeing what's usable, what's not so good, angles, lighting, all that good stuff. So this is where I was really starting to focus more on that. So this is an important video, and let's say as I'm just progressing and getting better as a creator. So this probably went way over 5 minutes, so I'm gonna have to cut this more than I did that video. And then I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Peace out.